Welcome to Earthly Reads, a My Cup of Earth production. In a world of talking animals, where creatures of all shapes and sizes roamed free, a small, furry rabbit named Rosie lived in a cozy little burrow beneath the roots of an ancient oak tree. Rosie loved nothing more than to spend her days exploring the lush meadows and forests surrounding her home, discovering hidden streams and secret glades. One sunny afternoon, as Rosie was out on one of her adventures, she stumbled upon a hidden clearing deep in the heart of the forest. In the center of the clearing stood an enormous, ancient tree, its trunk twisted and gnarled with age. Rosie had never seen a tree like this before, and she felt drawn to it, as if it was calling to her. As she approached the tree, Rosie noticed that its branches seemed to be moving, as if they were alive. She reached out a paw to touch the trunk, and to her surprise, the tree began to speak to her in a low, rumbling voice. "Welcome, little one," the tree said. "I have been waiting for you. My name is Oakley, and I am the oldest and wisest of all the trees in these woods. I have been watching you, Rosie, and I must say, you have a curious spirit and a kind heart. I sense that you are special, and that you have a great destiny ahead of you." Rosie was amazed and delighted by Oakley's words. She had never heard of a talking tree before, and she felt honored to be speaking with such a wise and ancient being. "What do you mean by destiny?" Rosie asked, her ears perked up with curiosity. "Ah, yes," Oakley replied. "You see, Rosie, the world is changing. The balance of nature is shifting, and the animals of the forest are facing great challenges. But I believe that you, dear Rosie, have a special role to play in restoring the balance. You have a gift that only a few animals possess, and it is up to you to use it wisely." Rosie's eyes grew wide with excitement as she listened to Oakley's words. She had always felt like there was something special about her, something that set her apart from the other animals. She had always been drawn to the natural world, and she had a deep connection to the earth and its creatures. "What is my gift?" Rosie asked, her voice trembling with anticipation. Oakley's branches rustled in the breeze as he replied, "Ah, yes. Your gift is the ability to communicate with all creatures, great and small. You have a special kind of magic, Rosie, and it is up to you to use it to bring harmony and balance to the world." Rosie's heart swelled with pride and purpose as she listened to Oakley's words. She felt a sense of responsibility wash over her, and she knew that she had a great task ahead of her. Over the next few weeks, Rosie spent every spare moment practicing her newfound gift. She would sit for hours with Oakley, listening to his wisdom and learning how to harness her powers. She would venture into the forest, using her magic to communicate with the other animals, and she would learn about their struggles and challenges. As she practiced her gift, Rosie began to notice that the world around her was changing. The animals of the forest were becoming more harmonious, more at peace with one another. The trees were growing stronger and taller, and the streams were running clearer and cleaner. The very fabric of the natural world was beginning to heal, and Rosie knew that it was all because of her gift. But not everyone was pleased with the changes that Rosie was bringing about. A group of selfish and greedy animals, led by a cunning fox named Sly, began to plot against Rosie and Oakley. They saw the harmony and balance that Rosie was bringing to the world as a threat to their own power and status, and they were determined to stop her. As Rosie and Oakley continued to work together to bring harmony to the world, they began to notice that Sly and his followers were causing trouble. They would sabotage the work of the other animals, and they would spread lies and rumors to divide the forest dwellers. Rosie and Oakley knew that they had to do something to stop Sly and his followers, but they didn't know what. One day, as Rosie was out on one of her adventures, she stumbled upon a hidden cave deep in the forest. Inside the cave, She found a group of animals who were unlike any she had ever seen before. They were small and furry, with large eyes and pointed ears. They were the guardians of the forest, and they had been watching Rosie and Oakley from afar. The leader of the guardians, a wise old badger named Bristle, approached Rosie and began to speak to her in a low, rumbling voice. Rosie, we have been watching you, and we are impressed. You have a great gift, and you have used it to bring harmony and balance to the world. But we know that Sly and his followers are a threat to your work, and we are here to help you stop them. Rosie was amazed and grateful for the help of the guardians. Together, they hatched a plan to defeat Sly and his followers and restore the balance of nature to the forest. The final battle took place on a sunny afternoon. Deep in the heart of the forest, Rosie, Oakley, and the guardians faced off against Sly and his followers, using their combined strength and magic to defeat them. In the end, Sly and his followers were defeated, and the forest was finally at peace. As the dust settled, Rosie looked around at the animals of the forest, and she saw that they were all working together, living in harmony and balance. She knew that she had done something special, something that would have a lasting impact on the world. Oakley's branches rustled in the breeze as he spoke to Rosie in a low, rumbling voice. Well done, little one. You have fulfilled your destiny, and you have brought balance and harmony to the world. You are a true hero, Rosie, and you will always be remembered as such. Rosie's heart swelled with pride and joy as she listened to Oakley's words. She knew that she had made a difference, and she knew that she would always be grateful for the gift of her magic and the support of her friends. And so, Rosie continued to live in the forest, using her gift to communicate with all creatures, great and small. She continued to work with Oakley and the guardians to maintain the balance of nature. And she continued to inspire and guide the other animals of the forest. Years went by, and Rosie became known as the wisest and most powerful rabbit in the forest. She lived a long and happy life, surrounded by her friends and the beauty of nature. And even though she eventually passed on, her legacy lived on, inspiring generations of animals to come. The story of Rosie, the little rabbit with a big heart and a special gift, would be passed down through the ages. A reminder of the power of kindness, compassion, and determination. And the forest would always be a symbol of the magic that could be achieved when animals worked together, using their unique gifts and talents to create a world of harmony and balance. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.